Hey, Jim, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you? Of
Well, thank you. Such a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much for your time. Um,
course.
love to start by getting to know just first and foremost what it means to be back, what it means to be back for a second season.
Oh, it's great to be back. Really, flattered by the response to season one, and delighted that people took it into their hearts and their living rooms as they did, and uh, to be able to kind of explore more with Sam and with Idris. Yeah, it's a real pleasure, and I'm just finishing up the show as we speak, and yeah, excited to release it to the world.
I can only imagine. I mean, what I've seen so far has already been just incredible as it is. So can't wait to close out the season. And something that I love this season, especially, and then really for the show in general, every single episode is just this beautiful mini movie. So many complex moments, so many this season, so many claustrophobic moments. I'm just curious from a director standpoint because we don't get a chance to hear that very often. If you could kind of briefly walk us through the process of how you assemble these complex stories the way that you do, because they're so beautifully shot and so smooth.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, I think, you know, uh, um, I've learned a lot in the last, 20 odd years of making TV shows and movies. And, every time I make something, I feel like I get better, but I also still feel like I've got so much to learn. I'm very lucky to have a bunch of fantastic collaborators that I work with, directors of photography and editors. And, really it's my job just to pull people together and to say, look, here's what I want to try and do. How do we do this? And I like to challenge people. I feel like that's, the only way you get the best out of people is to push them out into deeper water and say, let's all swim out together and see how far out we can get. Um, uh, and I think, we've done that again on this season. We definitely wanted to kind of take what we did on season one and move it into even deeper water. Um, all I ever try to do, that said, is maintain a sort of a human connection to the story, because I think I know I can deliver exciting visuals, and I know how to, I know how to do a lot of stuff from a filmmaking point of view. Um, and I've done a lot of things. I've done most things, I would say. Like there's
Yeah.
very few things that I look at on a page and think I don't know how to do that, or I haven't already done some version of that. What you're constantly thinking of as a filmmaker is how can I reinvent that? How can I do that in a different way? How can I keep it fresh? But more importantly, and certainly the more I mature as a filmmaker, the more I start to think, how can I make this connect back to something human? Because it's meaningless otherwise. You can make things that are visually compelling or visually interesting or seem to be polished, but if
Yeah.
they don't feel real to you, then it's not going to connect. I think this is a big part of the AI conversation at the minute.
Yeah.
Um, you know, would you rather go and see a covers band, or would you rather go and see the Beatles? And I think we'd all rather see the Beatles than the Beatles covers band. And so um, I'm trying to make stuff that feels original and fresh and compelling, and I'm trying to not repeat myself. I'm trying to reinvent myself where I can, and push myself to do things better. So hopefully that comes across in the work.
It genuinely does. It genuinely does. Yeah, there's definitely a very powerful human element here in season two for sure. Obviously, big surprises. We don't want to spoil any of those today, but I do want to get just kind of from your perspective what you're most excited for audiences to kind of enjoy when they get a chance to settle in and watch season two.
What I'm excited about for season two is I think everyone will feel like they know Sam Nelson. They'll feel like, okay, we saw him on the plane, we saw how he handles people, and maybe they're ready to sit down and watch just kind of more of that. And that's a good mindset to approach the show in, because I think there will be some surprises coming. We have pushed Sam into a much darker, more complex place this season. I wanted to see how far we could take him, and I wanted to explore that theme of how far will someone go? How far would you go for someone that you love?
Mm, that's a
And
wonderful piece. That really is.
Yeah,
That's,
that's the intent of it, and I think I'm hoping that's what people will take away from it.
I love that. I love that a lot. Last question I have for you today: just what are you most proud of when it comes to what you've worked to assemble here over the past couple seasons?
Um, I'm really proud of the way that we deliver these big shows with these big visuals that are obviously appealing to global audiences. I mean, there's no greater sort of honor really as a filmmaker to be able to paint on such a huge canvas, to have the support of an incredible team and of Idris and Apple. You know, I feel very honored to do that. What I'm proudest of is the small stuff within it. You know, what I'm proudest of is those moments of connection in the show where you step back from the noise for a second and you're kind of in the eye of the storm, and you connect with a character or a moment. And if I can do that once or twice in an episode, you know, if I can do that multiple times in an episode, then I'm made up, honestly. And you know, if people like a big action sequence that I've shot, that's great. But I think I'm more thrilled when someone tells me, "Oh, I really connected with this character or with this moment because it had a resonance for something that happened in my life, or something that I've seen or something that I've observed." And to me, that's the most important thing, really.
That's awesome. That really is. Well, mission accomplished, because we do definitely connect with Sam on a fundamental level. So appreciate that. Well, that is all the time we have today, all the questions I have for you today. Jim, thank you so much for your time and for your insights. Really do appreciate it.
Take
Thank
care.
you. You too.